organic foods for microspheres of speech. Um, how many of you have taken any type of medication for whatever reason, and for some reason it seems like it's either failed you, or maybe you need a higher dosage for whatever reason, and you just don't know why, because it's maybe might be outside of your personal diet, or maybe your family history. It could be due to your food. GMO, like I said, is genetically modified organisms. They are plants or animals created through the gene splicing techniques of biotechnology, also called genetic engineering, GE, if you've ever heard of it. It's the experimental technology merges DNA from different species, creating unstable combinations of plants, animals, and bacteria. This right here is a graph of different nations and how many of them are affected by GMO across. As you can see, the United States has 63%. We're probably use more processed food than any other place on the earth, especially third world countries, where they're mostly agriculture based and they do things basically from scratch. And they don't believe in feeding their animals anything but nature based. Most of the high risk foods that do have GMOs in it would be chicken, pork, beef, fish, dairy, eggs, honey. Those are high risk. Also will be corn, canola oil. Most people don't know about that. Cotton, even things like amino acid and vitamin C and things like that have GMOs in it as well. Side effects could be irritable stomach, cancer, food allergies, and even organ damage, depending on just how much is actually in your food without your knowledge. Now, the next thing, the most current thing that I know is called the frankenfish. The frankenfish is a genetically engineered Atlantic salmon, which the government has been pushing through, which is basically where they grow your fish either in a tank, because they don't believe in doing water-based because they're too afraid of what might happen to the other wild animals that live in the ocean. They might want to take them over and then outgrow them. As you can see, it's about twice or 3 times as big as an ordinary piece of salmon. As you can see, this is a slide for the FDA. The FDA has had no problems whatsoever putting this out through ordinary stores like Associated, Trade Fair, big markets such as that. They're not planning on telling you if there's anything wrong with it. They'd rather just wait till side effects come about and then tell you what's wrong, or give you maybe supplements to take care of it. The only other big thing that affects GMO will be beef. One of the biggest steroids in beef is tenderloin steroids. Tenderloin steroids is mostly used by bodybuilders to build muscle and things like that. But what people don't know is that it can seriously hinder growth hormones, mostly through females. When they're going through the birthing process, it can seriously hinder the gender of a child or anything like that. It can cause huge defects to children. Also, what people don't know is that this drug actually is illegal in the United States, but they put it in everywhere anyway. The next drug will be Zeranol. Zeranol increases cell cancers in your body, and it enhances anything or anyone who already has cancer within their body. So they're basically feeding you hormones and steroids that's going to eventually give you cancer in the long run if you don't already have it. So they're basically killing you. Now, what's organic food? Organic food, definition-wise, refers to the way agricultural products are grown and processed. Specific requirements must be met and maintained in order for products to be labeled organic. Organic crops must be grown in safe soil, have no modifications, and must remain separate from conventional products. Farmers are not allowed to use any type of synthetic pesticides, bioengineered genes, GMOs, petroleum-based fertilizers, or sewage-sludge fertilizers at all. Places that sell these organic products is Whole Foods, people don't know that Whole Foods actually had some problems in the beginning because they had switched to some foods that were more conventional and weren't really organic. So they had all their people, the people who they buy from, switch purely to organic. They refuse to buy anything that's conventionally grown or has GE or GMO products in it. Other places like that would be Trader Joe's, Costco's, Walmart's, Super Target, Safeway, Kroger's, and even farmers and green markets. Green markets, I think there's one that just came up in Queens. There's some out in Jamaica, Queens. They're kind of all over. Some of them are even EBT based. You have to look it up online. I don't know completely, but for people who don't really have the money to buy organics, it can be more affordable for them. In conclusion, I'm not telling you to go out and buy organics tomorrow because, well, organics are hella expensive, especially if you go to Whole Foods. It will cost you a pretty penny. I'm just saying, think about what's in your food. You are what you eat. If you choose to eat processed food and not know what's going to happen to you in the long run, I would think it would be wiser to buy organics, not every day, but certain things, mostly like vegetables and stuff, you don't always have to buy fresh, you can buy frozen. They're just as good as fresh food, and it'll last you even longer. And that's it.